Once upon a time, in a small West African village, the village of Eddy, there lived a man named Eddy, by day pastor. Eddy was known as a holy man, a beacon of hope and healing for the villagers. He preached about love, faith, and holiness, and his church was always filled with people seeking solace and miracles. But by night, Eddy was a different man. He had made a pact with a powerful voodoo priest from Ghana, who had granted him diabolical powers. With these powers, Eddy could heal the sick, perform deliverances, and set people free from bondage. However, his benevolence was a facade. In the dark of night, he would inflict sickness upon every people he pretended to heal, only to cure them later and gain their unwavering trust. Every year, he would use his church members for sinister rituals, pretending to show sympathy while secretly reveling in their suffering. Eddy wore a ring, a seemingly innocent piece of jewelry, but it was imbued with dark magic. During prayer sessions, he would lay hands on his congregation, and with each touch, he would steal their glory and blessing, leaving them spiritually drained. One day, a young boy named Emmanuel, a devout child of God, was invited to Eddy's church by a friend. The moment Emmanuel stepped onto the altar, he felt a strange sensation, as if something precious had been taken from him. He began to pray vehemently, and the Lord revealed to him the true nature of Pastor Eddy and the many souls trapped under his malevolence influence. Terrified, Emmanuel ran out of the church and rushed home, vowing never to return. But the Spirit of God kept urging him to go back and set the captives free. After much prayer and contemplation, Emmanuel decided to confront the evil head-on. With unwavering faith, Emmanuel returned to the church. As he prayed, the power of God filled the room, exposing Eddy's true nature to every presence. The villagers were horrified to learn the truth about their beloved pastor. In a fit of righteous anger, they destroyed the church and banished Eddy from the village, ensuring he could never harm anyone again. Emmanuel's bravery and faith had freed the villagers from Eddy's dark grips, and peace was restored to the village. After Pastor Eddy was exposed and banished from the village, the church members were left in a state of shock and disbelief. Many of them had placed their trust and faith in Eddy, only to discover that he had been deceiving them all along. It was a painful realization, but it also marked the beginning of their healing journey. Emmanuel, with his unwavering faith and compassion, took it upon himself to help the church members recover from the spiritual and emotional wound inflicted by Eddy. He organized prayer meetings and counseling sessions, offering support and guidance to those who felt lost and betrayed. Gradually, the villagers began to rebuild their faith, this time grounded in genuine love and truth. They formed a new church community, one that was free from deceit and darkness. Emmanuel's courage and dedication inspired many, and he became a respected leader in the village, helping to restore hope and trust among the people.
Folktales are a cornerstone of cultural heritage, passed down orally through generations. They embody the traditions, values, and beliefs of a community, often featuring moral lessons, supernatural elements, and archetypal characters. Crafting a folktale involves weaving these elements into a compelling narrative that resonates with both contemporary and traditional audiences. Characters typically feature heroes or heroines who represent virtue, courage, and resilience, often facing antagonists embodying evil or obstacles. Supporting characters, such as wise elders, mystical creatures, and helpful animals, often provide assistance or impart wisdom. Folktales are set in a timeless, often pastoral environment. Villages, forests, mountains, and rivers form the backdrop, creating a sense of universality and connection to nature. Folktales usually follow a straightforward narrative arc, with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Central to the plot is a conflict, whether internal or external, leading to a climax and a resolution that often imparts a moral lesson. Common themes include the triumph of good over evil, the importance of kindness and bravery, and the value of wisdom and cleverness. Folktales use simple, direct language and often feature repetitive phrases for emphasis and rhythm. Vivid descriptions and symbolic language enhance the story, making it memorable and engaging. To craft a folktale, start with conceptualization by identifying the core message or moral you wish to convey and deciding on the cultural context and setting for your tale. Next, develop relatable, dynamic characters with clear roles and motivations, incorporating supernatural elements or animals to add depth and intrigue. Outline the major events of the plot, ensuring a logical flow and progression. Introduce the conflict early, build towards the climax, and plan a satisfying resolution. Use traditional motifs, such as quests, transformations, or trials, and weave in cultural references and folklore to root the story in its cultural context. Draft the story, focusing on clarity and coherence, and edit for language, pacing, and thematic consistency. Share the tale with others, particularly those familiar with the cultural context, to ensure authenticity and resonance, and revise based on feedback to enhance the story's impact and appeal. Choosing the folktale niche matters because folktales play a crucial role in preserving and celebrating cultural heritage, ensuring that traditions and values are passed down to future generations. They serve as an educational tool, teaching moral lessons, historical events, and cultural practices in an engaging and memorable way. The universal themes and archetypal characters in folktales resonate with a wide audience, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers. Writing folktales allows for creative expression, enabling writers to explore and reinterpret traditional narratives in innovative ways. For individuals and communities, folktales offer a connection to their roots, fostering a sense of identity and belonging. Crafting folktales requires a deep understanding of cultural narratives, a flair for storytelling, and a commitment to preserving the essence of tradition while making it accessible to contemporary audiences. By choosing the folktale niche, writers can contribute to the rich tapestry of global heritage, providing stories that educate, entertain, and inspire.